Today, I'm going to be painting on these wooden cutouts. Hello and welcome back, and today I have these Dollar Tree wooden cutouts. So I only have two here because I believe that there is two in each pack right there. I think that has two, so I'm going to open it up and hope that there is two inside because I would like to paint four today. I finally got the turtle open, and yes, there is two. So I'm super happy because now I'm going to actually be able to paint four. And it didn't even say anywhere on the packaging. I looked so many times to see if there was like comes with two inside, but it didn't. And there's this little mess up on the turtle, but it's Dollar Tree quality and it's not even that bad, so I didn't really care that much. But to start off, I'm going to be painting the turtles. So I got out my paint sets, and I'm going to be mixing up a few colors for the turtle. To start off, this is just for the shell. So I got this like coral color, and then I added in brown, and I slowly added in more and more to each of these brown sections and mixed that all together to create three different colors for my turtle. I was planning on using the darker brown to create like little texture marks on the back of the shell, but I didn't really like how it looked when I tried it out on one of these little sections, so I decided not to use it, and I ended up only using the first two browns that I created. But hey, at least I tried it. Painting this was really easy because I didn't really care about messing up and coloring out on the outer line, as you can tell. And I was able to also do this technique with the brush, so it was super easy to get it all covered really quickly. And each of these took me like maybe 20 minutes to complete. It was super duper easy. When I got to the top part of the shell, I had to pretend like there was a little outline on it and connect the two because it didn't have it for some weird reason. Anyways, I painted on this outline with the light brown, and I decided to color even the parts where like the arms meet, as you can see on the left side and now right here, because I think that looked a lot nicer. And then it's like the little arms are poking out from underneath. Colored on the top and connected it as best as I possibly could, and I think it matched up pretty well. Now it's time to create my green, and I like to avoid using black whenever I want to create a darker color because I feel like it makes it too gray. So whenever I want a darker color and a lighter color, I try to use just like a white like I did there. And once I finished mixing, I got started on using the lighter green on the inside part of the arms, the legs, and the head. And again, this was super easy because it's really not that difficult because I don't really have to worry about painting inside the lines of anything because I'm just going to cover over it anyways. The only part that is I have to pay attention is up here at the top, and it is looking so good. Then I used the darker green, and even though whenever I was mixing it, they had a different kind of, the light one looked really light and the darker one looked really dark. They just looked like the same color once they dried. But in the end, I don't think it really mattered that much because the shell kind of did need a lighter color and the arms, the legs, and the head didn't. I then painted the eyes, and I was going to leave it at that, but then I looked at the sides and they were all messy, so I decided to use the outline color for each piece, so the darker green and the kind of beige color, to paint on each of the corresponding sides. And I think it looks really good. It makes it all cohesive and cleans up the whole piece really well. Painted on the eyes, and then I was done. And when I got started on the second one, I was recording for maybe 2 minutes, looked up, and turns out it wasn't recording, so here we are. And honestly, it's fine. So painted on everything just like before, same colors, same shell, and this time I'm speeding this up a lot more because you already saw it and I already explained it. Except for this time, I decided to paint on the sides first, or while I was painting every other color, because I wanted to try and remove how much time I had to go back and forth between each color. And I do think that was a pretty good idea because I didn't have to keep on washing my paintbrush and then reapplying the same color that I just used 5 minutes ago. But yeah, then I got started on the arms and the legs and the head with the same light green, except I think a couple times while I was painting this one, and probably also while I was painting the last one, I think I actually used the dark green while I was supposed to be using the light green, which I guess just shows you how similar the two colors were. I got started on the outline, and honestly this entire thing was super easy to paint for both of the turtles and even the starfish as well, because I could go really messy on the inside and really messy on the outline because they were both at different heights, so it meant that I wasn't gonna mess it up as easily. I painted on the little eyes on the outline, on the side, then did on the inside part, and then I was all done. Now to get started on the starfish. So for the starfish, the colors are going to be a lot simpler because I'm just using this magenta color. Same thing like the green where I used just white to lighten it up, except this time I added in a lot more white because I really wanted a difference in the two colors, and I think you could tell that was a pretty good difference. So I got started painting. And this one was a lot easier, obviously, because it was just two colors, but the only downside was that I had to actually get in these individual little sections right there, which meant I messed up quite a bit. But I don't think it really mattered in the end because I was just going to do a darker color for the outline, which you will see me paint here in just a minute once I finish up this last little bit. So after I finished that up, I actually used the same color for the outline. And I didn't do that while I was painting because I was still kind of deciding what color I wanted to do. I could have done the darker color on the outline or the lighter color, which I did, because I thought it would look a lot better with just having the inside elevated piece to have the darker color instead of the outline and this inside piece that I'm doing right now. I think that I did a really good job at making a darker color and a lighter color because right now I kind of didn't really know, but then once it dried it looked a lot better. And right there I kind of messed up and accidentally got paint on my mat, but I was gonna just let it go and just let it sit there, but I couldn't do it. Anyways, for this one it was a little bit easier painting because I already knew what color I wanted to do on the outline, so I was able to just do that right away along with the inside piece, and then painting on the side super quickly, and this was honestly really easy and really simple. And then I did this inside piece, and you can see how they're completely different, just slightly off, and once it dries it's even better. And here they are. So first, here is the turtles, the first turtle and the second turtle. They look so cute. Then for the starfish, you can kind of see on the right side one how it's a slightly different color, and off camera it's so much darker and it looks really good. And then here is all of them all together. I really like all of these colors together, and I like the green and the pink magenta color together. I think it looks really good. And here they are. I think they turned out so cute. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next month. Bye!